the 1960s is finally over. The college football playoff has arrived, and it starts tonight with Notre Dame hosting Indiana, and then a big one tomorrow with Penn State taking on SMU. The winner gets a trip out to Glendale and play in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl against Boise State. And the gentleman who is running the show, the executive director and the CEO, who's live out in Happy Valley, and one of the perks, I guess, to be able to go watch this game in person is Erik Moses. Hi, Erik. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I don't know how much of a perk it is when it's 33 degrees here and snow on the ground, and you guys are back there in 78 degrees. So, whoever wins this game tomorrow will be happy to come out to the Valley.
Yeah, it's 81 today. So, 81.
Don't rub it. No, it's
counting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
What's a degree or two there?
Yeah,
Brock?
exactly. So, you're in your hotel room. You just get done watching my alma mater, Ohio. You take Jackson State to a win.
Yeah, I was glued. I was glued to the television watching that one.
That's
I was.
So let's talk about.
We were
this.
just over at Beaver Stadium taking a look at things and getting ready. They're expecting a sellout, man. There's going to be 105, 106,000 people in that building, and it's going to be incredible.
Let me ask you, with ticket sales revenue going to the CFP and the schools just getting parking and concessions, do you think that may change down the road? Shouldn't there be somewhat of an advantage of having a home game where you can benefit to make a little bit more money?
You know, it strikes me as a very similar setup to the World Series or All-Star games or other league-controlled properties in professional sports leagues. They work very much the same. Those games are league games. They're not your home game. Even though they may be played at your particular venue. So I'm not surprised by it. Whether or not that will change and whether or not schools will seek more revenue from those situations, maybe. But it's par for the course in these kinds of things.
Do you expect a huge fan base from SMU, or you think maybe they're just holding out, hoping that they can make a quicker trip, a more fun trip to Glendale?
I don't know. I did not see any kind of SMU fans on the way up here. I did see my guy LeVar Arrington on the plane that we took from Philly up to State College, but I did not see any SMU fans. I don't imagine that any of the fan bases for the three teams that could play in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, whether it's Boise State, Penn State, or SMU, is going to be sitting on their hands for any of these games, right?
True.
No, none of those three fan bases should be expecting that, we're just going to automatically breeze through these playoffs. So see your team when you can.
And not only that, you look at the travel from all of the bowl games in particular. It seems like that's pretty much been par for the course. Ramifications this weekend. Look at these four games moving on and moving forward. The excitement hasn't waned. I mean, to Rock's point, or do they, if a team waits until the following week, it seems like, hey, it's right now. It's either win or die or lose or go home with these games moving forward.
I agree 100%. I mean, this is as Jim Valvano once said, survive in advance, right? And so I think none of these teams should be taking anything for granted. I would be surprised even if Oregon's crowd took anything for granted in terms of coming out to actually support that team, especially given the road that they have going through the bracket.
When you talk, I want to go back to SMU. I mean, being a state college, it's not a big city, right? It's pretty small. South Bend is small, opposed to, say, Columbus and Austin, where, there's a million people in those cities, where there's only, 100,000 probably in those two that I first mentioned. It's got to be tough to travel quickly to be able to get a hotel room, wouldn't it be?
It has been, yes. And, this was in all seriousness, this was the concern that I had and that I think we spoke about a year ago with putting these first round games in college towns, that during this time of year, I mean, I was on campus today, and I'm seeing graduates walk around with their caps and gowns on because it's graduation.
Oh, wow.
And so you've got a bunch of the students who are gone. It's graduation. I mean, there are some logistical challenges here with having an event of this size at a place that is used to emptying out for the most part around this time of year. And so I was originally against having the first round games here on campuses. I wanted them to be at other bowl games like the Rate Bowl in major cities that, to your point, Rock, are easier to get to or travel, can accommodate lots of out-of-town fans with hotels and other accommodations. And then we had, Oregon and Liberty last year. And that, as you guys know, was a tougher ticket to sell than we would have liked. If that game had been played at Oregon and Autzen Stadium, chances are it would have been full, regardless of who they are playing. So I see the wisdom in what the CFP is doing by putting these first-round games on campuses. But it does come with some challenge around the logistics.
And Eric, speaking of the Rate Bowl, just next week, a lot of the Wildcats are coming in town. The Scarlet Knights fans are coming in town. What time do I need to be at the stadium and practicing the coin toss? I just want to make sure that I do that properly for you guys. So just asking.
Yeah, I want to take some pictures.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, I mean, I'm not going to say who told me, but you might need a lot of practice. So we want to get you there early. Get your thumb warmed up, and
it better not be a
look this year. This year we've got one side's got your face and one side's got Manucci's face on it. That's how we're going to do the coin this year.
So let's talk about this Rate Bowl. Rutgers gets in on Sunday night, and then Monday Kansas State. So all the coaches, staff, administrators, families will start coming in. I love this. I mean, I love the bowl season. I love the fact that they get to come into town. We have great weather.
Yes.
They get to spend some time. Whereas where you're at, it's a business trip for these student athletes, and then I get it. It's the playoff, and people love the playoff, but I hope we can do everything in our power to keep the bowl system rolling the way it is.
Yeah, I do too, and I think the young people benefit from interacting with folks like you guys and our Yellow Jackets and our board members and other members of our community in these communities all around the country. But you're right. I mean, the attitude now is, given how high the stakes are, that these are, if you're in the playoff, it is a business trip, and you're trying to survive in advance and move on and capture that big prize. But I'm happy this year. Rate Bowl will be 3:30 kickoff down at Chase Field. We've got a pregame party that starts at 11 o'clock and goes to 3:30 right outside Chase Field. So people should come on out and experience that and get all hyped and ready for a great Big 10, Big 12 matchup.
I can tell you what, Wildcat Nation has put that out there over and over, those emails. By the way, the Wildcats are very happy that the game is at 3:30, not 8 o'clock, since the majority of their games have been, I think, 6 o'clock to 8:30. I had Stan Weber on, who's the color analyst for the Cats. They are very excited. The fandom's excited. So just make sure you got plenty of room for the Purple Pride down there this coming up this Thursday, Big Erik.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing a lot of purple and a lot of scarlet inside Chase Field. I was down there yesterday, looking at the field installation. The field looks fantastic. The groundskeepers down at Chase help us to do a really great job down there. So they're going to have a great playing surface. The building looks good, great weather, and a great venue, and a pretty good matchup, 8-4 versus 7-5. So we're going to see some real football.
And then Saturday, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Parade presented by Lerner and Rowe. Next Saturday, 10 a.m., Central Phoenix and Anthony Robles. And man, you got an opportunity to meet with him. I got to sit with him last week or 2 weeks ago at our meeting, and that trailer for that movie gives you just the goosebumps, doesn't it, Erik? I mean, it's Rudy all over and then some.
Hard to keep a dry eye when they were showing that trailer for Unstoppable, the movie about his life. I mean, it's just such an amazing story. He's such an amazing person. And it's good to see good guys like that do really well and frankly, get the attention they deserve. I'm happy that he agreed to be our Grand Marshal this year so we can, as they say, give him his flowers. And the other big attraction will be, in addition to Anthony, the Boise State marching band is going to participate in the parade this year. So we're really excited about that.
We're a little disappointed in you.
Don't go we.
Well, I am, because I booked the guests and I put that memo out to get J-Lo, who plays his mom in the movie. What's up with that? You can't connect? I thought you had pull there.
Did you really try to get J-Lo?
Oh, yeah.
You haven't told me that. Let me do it.
Well, we had a rock, seriously.
Let's piece of the rock,
so,
maybe,
Is there any progress in that, Erik, right now? Get J-Lo on the show?
Can you make a call?
I thought we were there, and then you guys started calling, and she stopped returning my calls, and so I don't know what's going on now. We'll all keep trying.
That's all we ask you. Just a couple phone calls when it makes sense. So that's good stuff. Well, hey, Stay warm. I'm sure it's going to be a great game. Whoever wins, it's going to be outstanding as they'll come out here for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl to face Boise State, which will then be an incredible game. So enjoy it out there. Stay warm, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week.
I'll do it. Hey, everybody watch there, 10 a.m. on TNT, this SMU-Penn State game. Let's see who we're going to have in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
And Merry Christmas to you, Eric.
You too, guys.
All right, that's Erik Moses joining us from the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Again, it's going to be busy. Joined us from Happy Valley, and looking forward to 2 big bowl games and a parade over the next 2 weeks.
They're going to have the whiteout tomorrow. They're going to have that in the afternoon game, have the whiteout. That's typical Penn State. Got to have that whiteout.
Get some snow.
Oh, yeah. Blend in together. Looking down the field. Where'd my guy go? Of course, I have the dark jersey.
So appreciate Erik Moses for joining us, the Executive Director and CEO. Again, ratebowl.com. Get tickets there, or just go to fiestabowl.org, and you get all the tickets there. The Fiesta Bowl tickets, the Rate Bowl tickets, as well as the parade tickets. Again, this is a great time to go watch some football. We're going to catch up with we got to find out if his float's ready, because he's got a big float for the Fiesta Bowl parade, and that's Kevin Rowe from Learner Rowe. Plus, we'll take a contestant right now at 602-260-9191. You're playing for a chance to win a Lerner & Rowe Rockamanooch swag bag, as he had won, I think, 7 in a row until last week.
Yeah.
So he had fell, and we had a winner, and they went, and I believe this week picked up their big prize. So we'll take one now, 5th caller, to challenge him in our over-under contest. We'll have Clemson, Texas. We'll do rushing yards in the Tennessee-Ohio State game. We'll follow that with Indiana, Notre Dame, and the score of the game we just talked about with SMU and Penn State. So that's next, right here on Fox Sports 910.
Ready for Christmas music?
Clear.